Introduction. When I published my first short story collection in 2013, I named it A World Dark and Cold, because so many of the stories were about a thoughtless or cruel world that didn't seem to have much sympathy for the struggles of others. Some of those stories I moved into this collection when I retired the old one. Stories like The Price We Pay, about a man with a terminal illness who is forced to keep proving his value to society to get life-saving dialysis treatments. Or The Bearer, which is about a girl who isn't even allowed to speak while she serves as a surrogate for a wealthy family. Given how the world has evolved since then, you'd think my stories would have become unbearably dark and ugly. But surprisingly, for me, some have more of a note of hope than my prior stories did. Stories like When the Time Comes, which is a very short piece about how we each have the power in the moment to choose our actions or reactions. Or In Search of a Frickin' Hero, which came out far more humorous than I'd planned. It's not all sunshine and roses, of course. Depending on how you feel about creativity and trauma in memory, the taste of memory may rankle, or it may have you nodding along at the end. And To Be a Hero is a darker take on the commercialization of war than we're ever likely to actually see. So, be prepared. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the collection. I didn't include essays about each story this time around. I figured I'd let them speak for themselves. But if you're curious about any of the stories, drop a line and I'll see what I can do in terms of providing an answer. I will say that as of this moment, By Your Side When the Sun Sets, which is about an aging dragon rider and his dragon, who is developing something akin to Alzheimer's, is probably the closest to my heart, since I'm watching my own dog get older day by day. But I like every single one of these stories, and I hope you will too.